Herman Carrasco, who is right now somewhere over the Caribbean, flying back to Santiago. He was here for 2 weeks, and we were translating in a frenzy, so these are two of the results. Neruda at the discotheque. When he came into the empty club, he saw the disco ball, that icon of disco music. Fascinated, like any barbarian at the gate of the empire, he convinced the owner to lower the orb to eye level so that he could observe it up close. He discovered that it consisted of many small mirrors. He thought of the globes in his collection, and seeing his reflection in those mirrors, he saw himself occupying the world. He wanted to know how it worked and what was its function, so he returned at night to the club to see for himself. He thought it was a masquerade, where they wanted to reenact Sodom and Gomorrah. He thought it was a gay lesbian party, where the costumes were more risque than at the parties he threw at Isla Negra. He rejected that idea, thinking they were drinking and dancing in adoration of Bacchus, or the world itself, represented by the sphere of mirrors that hung from the ceiling like some strange lamp. The space needed to dance was just the size of your shoes. Well, Chile is a seismic country. If you dance, you won't feel the earthquakes. But don't worry, it's nothing. It's just like making love on a cot that wants to fly away like a spaceship. A poet champions things. He's not against them. Neruda didn't even have to think about it. He understands and sings about things that may shock others. The freak and the queer are his subject matter. He started to take on the language of the disco patrons. He bridges a gap between generations and cultures. He is simply and ultimately a free man. And sings tra-la-la-la-la, or also la-tra-tra-tra-tra. The disco was in Moscow, Colombo, or Santiago. Neruda wanted to understand that music. He remembered having purchased a 45 of Please Mr. Postman in London as a gift for his young mailman. But this beat was different. Its pulse calibrated to the techno street. Neruda, watching from the bar, thought of sailors' tattoos, of tribes of extravagant queens from Europe, figureheads whose breasts jiggle in a storm, just like the boobs of these bacantes dancing. He thought of carnivals, aborigines with piercings in strange places, exotic birds that resemble the people in this very room. He thought of Baudelaire's Traveler. With each flash of the spinning ball, chandeliers filled his head. Neruda couldn't resist the temptation, so made arrangements to get one for himself and put it among the other globes in his collection of crazy planets in Isla Negra.